If you're an engineering student in India right now, you're probably asking yourself, where's the next big thing? Well, guess what? It's not on its way, it's already here. So let's just dive right in. India's huge green transition is kicking off a job market that's basically future-proof, and you're in the perfect spot to take the wheel.
Just look at that number for a second. 1 million. That's how many pros India's clean energy sector is going to need by 2030. Seriously, this isn't just some passing trend. We're talking about a massive economic shift, and it is absolutely starving for engineering talent.
So next time you hear someone talking about India's net zero goals, I want you to stop thinking about abstract policy. Start thinking about your career. This national mission is directly creating high-demand, high-skilled jobs right now, as we speak.
All right, in this explainer, we're giving you the full roadmap. First, we'll look at the incredible scale of this green gold rush. Then we'll zero in on the hottest jobs up for grabs. We'll check out the path to leadership, lay out a super practical 4-year plan just for students, and finally, we'll get to the good part, why these green careers pay so well.
Okay, let's kick things off by really getting a feel for the momentum here. This isn't some slow and steady thing, it's a full-on industrial explosion. And guess who's at the very center of it all? Engineers.
You know, the key thing to grasp here is just how fast this is all happening. Clean tech recruitment, it's shot up by an insane 57% in just the last 2 years. A jump like that doesn't just whisper demand, it screams it. The race for talent is officially on.
And this right here, this is what a future-proof career looks like. Think about it. While other jobs might be facing automation, this green transition, it needs real people, real engineers for hands-on innovation and on-the-ground work. If you're a B-Tech grad, you're not just along for the ride. You're literally in the driver's seat.
Okay, so where are these jobs exactly? Let's jump into the next section and take a look at the specific roles that companies are practically begging to fill right now.
First up, the one you see everywhere, the electric vehicle revolution. I mean, the shift from petrol to electric is completely turning the auto industry on its head, and that's creating this huge need for a whole new generation of engineers.
And here's the thing, companies need engineers for the entire process. You've got manufacturing and production engineers figuring out how to build the factories. Then you have design and process engineers creating the actual components that make these cars go, especially the heart of the EV, the battery.
Which brings us to the most critical piece of the puzzle. Battery technology is, well, it's everything. The race is on to develop batteries that are more efficient, last longer, and are safer. And let me tell you, that field is just packed with opportunity.
Let's break down a key bit of tech here, the BMS, or Battery Management System. The easiest way to think about it is like the battery's brain. It's this mix of hardware and software that's constantly checking the battery's health, its charge, everything. So engineers who can design and code these systems, they are incredibly valuable.
And what happens when the battery's life is over? Well, that's another massive opportunity. The market for just recycling these lithium-ion batteries is expected to hit $35 billion by 2031. Engineers are needed to come up with clever ways to get those precious materials, like lithium and cobalt, back out, creating a truly sustainable loop. But hey, this green revolution is so much bigger than just cars. The same ideas apply to the energy that lights up our homes and runs our factories. We're talking about explosive growth in solar, wind, and this really exciting new frontier, green hydrogen.
Just get a load of the potential in green hydrogen alone. The government's National Green Hydrogen Mission is expected to create over 6 lakh, that's 600,000 jobs by 2030. That's jobs in production, R&D, and building out a whole new kind of infrastructure.
Okay, so getting a technical role is a great start, but what about the long game? What's the career path look like down the road? Let's talk about how you climb the ladder into those senior leadership roles where you can make a huge impact.
You know, as you get more experience, you can move into roles that shape a company's entire strategy. A sustainability manager, for instance, becomes the architect for a corporation's green policy. A renewable energy consultant gives advice on projects worth millions. And as you can see, the paychecks definitely reflect that level of responsibility.
All right, this is probably the most important part of our whole chat. We've seen the opportunity, now let's build the plan. Here is a step-by-step guide you can literally follow through your B-Tech to land one of these incredible jobs.
Year 1, it's all about building that foundation. I mean, really master your core electrical and mechanical stuff. But don't just stay in the books. Get your hands on tools like MATLAB and Arduino, and seriously, join a robotics club or some other tech group to start putting that theory into practice.
Okay, moving into year 2. This is where you start to specialize. You want to dive deep into courses on power electronics and the basics of battery tech. This is also the year you absolutely need to get good at industry-standard software like SolidWorks. That's a skill employers are going to be looking for on your resume, guaranteed.
Year 3 is make or break for real-world experience. Focus your classes on the complex stuff, like battery management systems and motor tech. But the big one, you have to get an internship. I don't care if it's at a tiny EV startup or a training institute, that hands-on experience is totally non-negotiable.
And in your final year, it's time to innovate. Start exploring the really cool, cutting-edge stuff like how AI is used in EVs, or advanced ideas like vehicle-to-grid systems. That's where cars can actually sell power back to the grid. And make sure, whatever you do, that your final year project is all about this stuff. That project becomes your showpiece for recruiters.
We've covered the opportunity, we've covered the plan. Now for the last piece of the puzzle, and it's a big one, the money. Why does this sector pay so well?
This chart, it tells a really powerful story. Right now, almost half, 48% of jobs in the green sector are offering salaries of 10 lakh or more. And here's the wild part. That percentage is actually higher than in the IT sector right now. The demand for these specific green skills is just so high, it's pushing salaries way up.
So the takeaway here is crystal clear. The demand is huge, the career path is laid out for you, and the pay is fantastic. This isn't some far-off future we're talking about. This is the reality of the engineering job market today. The green frontier is already here. The only question left is, how are you going to engineer it?